This week, we pick up right where we left off, with Darrow and Victra on their way to meet a very intriguing mystery benefactor. We also get into the shifting power dynamics as Darrow tries to claw his way up from the bottom, the long-awaited return of communication with the Sons of Ares, and the weight of the choice he makes at the end of this section. Darrow is fully in his "but patience will do me nothing, I must take a risk" era, and we're here to discuss every bold, reckless, and fascinating move, their strategy, tension, and just enough chaos to keep everyone stressed, including us. Pierce Brown, come onto our podcast. And remember, the following conversation contains major spoilers for all of Pierce Brown's Red Rising trilogy. That's Red Rising, Golden Sun, and Morningstar. The series also includes depictions of graphic violence, torture, slavery, sexual violence, and genocide. Listener discretion is advised. Okay, so in the original Below Deck, I'm glad you're getting this, Trash TV. In the original Below Deck, there was the first captain, Captain Lee. He looked kind of like a tan thumb.
R.I.P. Mm-hmm.
Is he dead?
I thought so. Am I thinking of the other captain from Sailing, the original Sailing Watch captain? Okay, let's not get into it. One of them is
No, but it's too late now. Let me check. He's still out there in Michigan, age 76.
Captain Lee, like the Captain Lee. Okay.
Captain Lee. So he used to say at the beginning of every charter, he would say, "Don't embarrass the boat and don't embarrass yourself." Shit, now I'm going to get it wrong. Don't embarrass yourself and don't embarrass the boat. And if you do either of those things, I'll give you your ticket home.
Oh, yeah.
Very Nero
I feel like
Augustus.
Nero was like, "Don't embarrass the boat. Don't embarrass the lions. I'll give you your ticket home."
Don't lose to a Bologna.
This needs to make it into the episode, just so you know.
It's a good rewatch if anybody wants to go back.
It is
Below
a great
Deck.
rewatch. And he is still alive, people.
Have this as like a post-credit scene for our last episode, please.
Oh, I'm keeping
All right.
this in. Any
Yeah, we're on
opportunity.
Part 1, Golden Sun, second half of Part 1, which is from Chapter 7 to the end of Part 1.
Which is, I believe, Chapter 11. So we're
Chapter
going,
11.
Yes.
Yeah, from
Chapter
7 to 11.
11. All right.
So shall I explain what happened in that chapter?
Yeah, what happened, Sam?
We pick up with Darrow descending into Luna's underworld. Down, 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 until he ends up in a dark cantina. Surprise! The mysterious benefactor is Adrius Augustus, the Jackal, who we remember from Book 1. Thank you.
That was good.
Darrow, my notes say, Darrow and the Jackal reconnect. Like they're just like,
Two
girlfriends.
girls gabbing.
They kinda
are
reconnecting.
They kind of are, yeah. So the Jackal's been quietly, turns out, buying up media to control the flow of information. And so he has this long discussion about all that. He's actively trying to undermine his father, Nero, generally like stir chaos, fight for power in his own way. And he wants Darrow as a tool. And so he's offered to buy out Darrow's contract. And Darrow agrees reluctantly because he knows he can't trust him, but he also feels like he has just zero good options. No help is on the way. So right when they basically handshake over this deal, like a pink woman approaches from the other side of the bar. And Darrow notices, oh my gosh, it's Evie. Remember Evie? She was the little girl with wings who with
pretty.
and Mickey's
Mhm.
like, yeah. So he's like, oh gosh. So there's a very awkward moment when they both kind of recognize each other. She even the Jackal refers to him as Darrow, so she recognizes him underneath all his obsidian makeup. She's trying to like sort of seduce the Jackal, but the Jackal insists that Darrow take her upstairs as a little prize. So on their way upstairs, Darrow comes to find out that this is a terrorist attack in progress to take out the Jackal because he's on to, the quote unquote good guys. I don't know how else to put that. That was in my notes, but that's not accurate necessarily. And so he's like, oh shit, I gotta save this guy because he's my only hope. So he's like, so he gets on his little boots and he saves the Jackal from this bar explosion. It's very exciting. Takes the Jackal to safety and then kind of like circles back, to use some corporate language, to Evie and sees Mickey there. Sons of Ares have shifted to like more violent and extremist ways because guess what? Dancer's dead and Harmony's in charge and she's got a new outlook on how this all should go. Also, it seems as though Ares also has a new outlook because he is ultimately the leader and he's the one telling everybody to blow shit up. So Harmony wants to get Darrow involved. So she lays a bomb on him, re-shows him footage from EO dying. They zoom in. What do they always say in like movies like expand, enhance,
Enhance.
like zoom, enhance. And Darrow sees that Io was pregnant with his child when he died. Huge bomb goes off there. Again, that's
Metaphorical.
figurative, metaphorical bomb. So he's like, fine, I hate these people. He gets sulky, but he knows now, all right, I'm on a suicide mission. Harmony wants me to blow up this gala. So he agrees to do it, but he's real moody about it. He spends a lot of time spiraling and reflecting. He has a key moment conversation with Roke in that Roke promises he'll bid on Darrow's contract. It's genuinely moving for Darrow. And then Darrow drugs Roke so that he doesn't go to the gala after all and doesn't get blown up, which, really compromises Darrow's position because whether or not he blows the place up, how did he know to drug Roke? Now he's left this big open hanging hangnail. So then we get to the gala. It's massive. It's opulent. It's peak, gold, decadence. We all kind of want to be there.
Would highly recommend.
We want to taste that like cardamom orange snow that's falling. Like we got Carnus is there. Like everyone's there. The Sovereign's there. We meet a couple
It's a
new
who's
characters.
who of
It's
the
a who's
gold.
who.
Yeah.
Mustang walks in. Well, he has a great conversation to discuss with Carnus. Mustang walks in with Cassius. They're together.
Oh my
This
God.
throws Darrow into a complete bitch fit. He gets into a hissy fit as the likes of which you have never seen before. He runs, back of his hand on his head, out into the garden, almost throws up over the side of a bridge. He's really losing it. And then he says, shall I blow up the gala? Shall I not? What do the Golds really fear? Not getting blown up, but civil war. So he makes a pivotal choice. He doesn't go through with the bombing. He's going to return to the party and be a key player in a more insidious plan to pit gold against gold. And that's where part 1 ends.
Oof.
It's a lot.
Very
Good
good.
stuff,
That is a
yeah.
lot. Wow. All right.
We've all been there.
I want to start. We had so the four of us have a text thread, and we thought it would be a good idea to do a quote, like epic quotes watch. So I want to start us off with one.
I
That
didn't know
was
we
today?
Oh.
No, just in general.
In general.
I'm tracking a good quote
I am
at the
not
beginning of this
prepared.
book.
Yeah.
So
Virginia has not spoken.
Darrow has gone down into the depths of Luna, which is because of the gravity. There's like a really, there's a literal high and low section, right? So we are very close down to the bottom. It's disgusting. It's impoverished. It's kind of gross. He sees Adrius reclining in a chair with an obsidian, a stained, which is incredibly expensive, super dangerous, right? An obsidian that is a stained. And then he says to Adrius, and this is my quote, although it's stolen, better to reign in hell than serve in heaven? I asked the reclining man. Raper, even Milton knew Lucifer was a petty son of a bitch. Anyway, it's a
Nice
Milton
voice.
quote, right? Paradise Lost.
Love
But
it.
what a great, perfect quote for Adrius,
What a
Anyway,
great
that's
voice.
how I loved that when I read that originally.
I agree. That is a great quote. And I had a really hard time paying attention during the Adrius part.
No, why?
I had a really hard time.
Oh,
I
because
don't
you
know, I
audio
felt like it
listened
was-
to it.
Yeah, well, yes, okay. I have attention deficit issues, and I thought it was a little boring.
Oh, I liked it.
You don't like a
Can someone
monologue, is
recap
what
it
I'm
for
getting.
me a little closer? Like, so I said he bought up all the media, right? That's what
Yeah.
I gleaned from it. Was there anything else important that I missed from that?
His hand is still cut off.
Yes.
Okay,
he didn't fix
that's
it.
big. I remember
Yeah.
that.
He could have
And-
fixed it. Why didn't he?
He's still looking for his father's approval, which, we knew that, I believe. I don't think he missed anything pivotal.
Then I think he just takes after his dad. It was a lot of words to say that.
I think it sets us up through the end of the second series about what is power.
And
Right?
Adrius's
And it kind of goes back to our-
because we don't actually hear
Yeah.
from him to that level of fidelity in a really long time. So it's helpful
Yeah,
to like
ever.
fuel where he's coming from for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Right. He's kind of
Yeah.
like a small gold. He's missing a hand. He failed at the institute. He was mocked by society for having failed, for having eaten other kids effectively.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. And so he sort of goes through the lists of different types of power, and his is information. And so he is invested heavily in being able to influence who's saying what on the HC.
Right.
Um,
Which is a huge deal. Not to
It
be
is, yeah.
undersold. Yeah.
Did we ever find out who his silent partner was? I know I haven't gotten to that part in this reread, but it's mentioned, and I'm like, who did we ever find out who Adrius
I think
is?
it's a
Was it-
spoiler to
is it?
say.
Okay.
I think
'Cause
so.
I couldn't remember. Yeah.
I can't remember either. For some
I-
reason I was Go ahead.
No, I was gonna like ask a question because when I was reading this, I was like, okay, all the things that Adrius is saying, the Jackal is saying, is like makes sense, right? Like he's been through all of this, but I'm also like, does he just know Darrow so much that he's also like feeding this to him so that Darrow like lets his guard down more and is more trusting of him? Because the Jackal is just so intelligent and so like I had this thought that like Darrow can't keep multiple plans in his head because he's just like, okay, I'm now on
He
this
has
thing. This,
ADD.
yeah, clearly.
Feel you, Darrow.
And the Jackal is like much
Darrow and I
more
need turn by turn
brilliant.
direction. We can't just
Yeah.
look at the
You, Darrow,
the
and
list.
Craig all on a car together.
No wonder he loves Stim so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did think like all of his monologue, I was like, that's a great way to like get Darrow to buy into like all you're saying. And, you know, I don't know, Darrow's trusting ways, I think, would eat that up.
He has this quote. I mean, it's a great quote. Not on Quote Watch, great, but Adrius is saying to Darrow, I understand there is power in being practical, in owning things, people, ideas, infrastructure, so much more important than money, so much more insidious than spaceships and razors.
Yeah.
Tell me a ship matters if you can't supply or transport the food to feed its crew. Anyway, I think we are getting I think the great question of our time is Adrius being sincere in his request to have Darrow join him? Or is Adrius playing chess and everyone around him is playing checkers? Even
He's
this
playing
moment, he's
chess.
playing chess.
I think
Well,
chess.
In between.
Yeah.
I think it's in between. I think he's playing chess and he's serious. I think he
Like-
wants Darrow to join him, but I think it's because he's going to use him and he can just cast him away
100%.
when he wants to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do think it is playing chess 100%, but I think it does serve his chess purposes to have him join him at this point.
Also, we know that he's still holding on to humiliation from the academy. So like he's not gonna just let that go. Like
Mhm.
even from what we know so far, even from book one of what we know from what Mustang has said of him, he is that's just he's
mean,
never gonna forgive.
We're given the physical reminder that he's holding on to that because he like doesn't fix his hand, right? I guess
That's
he's
right.
not technically holding on to it with no hand, but
And I think that
Is-
the book makes it pretty clear that he doesn't have like the social emotions that would allow him to like genuinely want to like partner with Darrow to like complete a
because he's
mission.
a psychopath.
Yeah, he's doing
Yeah.
stuff to his own ends, but
Yeah.
they also establish that like he holds on to regret, like not regret, but the humiliation. He wants to overcome the humiliation.
Mhm.
He wants to regain his father's
Approval.
approval, which is a very kind of emotionally driven thing. So while I think he's playing chess throughout,
I do think so.
he also is motivated by, things that are unseen, that aren't just practical.
Well, so
Yeah.
Adrius sees something that I don't know if everybody else is seeing, and he says there's so many prickly, peerless duels, honor, blood, all because they're bored. There's no one left
Mhm.
to fight, which I think is, I don't know who else is bringing that up. Like, that is the truth
Yeah.
about the society that we see coming to fruition, right? There's no one else to fight, so they fight with each other. We also get the revelation from Adrius that Pliny has been undermining Darrow for 2 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then at
Darrow's
the very
broke
end,
as a joke right now.
broke as a joke. There's no money in his account. Not that he ever uses money anyway. And then his plan is, with his power, he's going to kill the sons of Ares. And then he will say, this
Thank
is a
you.
problem. That is the whole point of meeting Adrius in this moment, is for us to have that revelation. That
Then
that's the
Nero will
part I
love him again.
missed.
yeah.
Something happened when he like mentioned that in the book, and I remember I was on a walk and I was like, oh, I just missed something important.
I see.
Yeah.
This brings
So
up
Which
he-
is why,
He's gonna destroy the sons of Ares.
Similar
right,
to
which
his
is why then
father's
Evie is
path.
going to blow him up.
Right,
Mhm.
because he is the only one, really, it seems, Evie says, who's like tracked them and is kind of like on to what they're doing.
This is before we move on to Evie and that part. This is a very interesting point I want to bring up. It's how much is Adrius doing to try to win the love of Nero? Because I think that's something Mustang has always said, right? And I mean, it's absolutely true, but he's also a psychopath. So like, it's fun to think like he is potentially doing all of this solely to get Nero to like him. Yeah, go ahead, Craig. You're
Another
making
quote.
no one can hear your hands being raised.
Quote boy.
I
think
I
I
wasn't
quote-
sure
yeah,
what he
quote
was
boy.
miming.
So
It is. I respect it
this
too.
is it's not a spoiler, it's like a first trilogy thing, but we have this moment that's happening right now where Adrius says the words to Darrow, "Let us rise together. Me the scepter, you the sword,"
And
I
that
think
was
that
for
happens
memory for the
here.
folks at home.
which is fascinating because
Who become
book
yeah.
3, who becomes a scepter? Anyway, we
Mhm.
can't say it here, but love it. I love to see it. And what if he had, right? So if this is a take one from the Red Rising book, my hot take was Mustang is nothing without Darrow, right? What if Adrius is nothing without Darrow?
Well, don't we find that he is something without Darrow because the plan goes a little bit to shit, right?
Yeah, but that's because Darrow doesn't join him.
Yeah, and he still does okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess he has a bit of a downfall.
And I mean, at least in book 2, Adrius also kind of gets lucky.
Okay.
Without getting into too much detail, because I mean, we're jumping around
gonna get
here a
there,
bit,
yeah.
but Adrius gets really damn lucky that Darrow's a red and that they have proof.
Oh,
You know,
right.
without that, his plans kind of do fall to shit.
If Darrow was a true gold, that's
Yeah,
fair.
he'd
I
be.
didn't think of
Well,
that.
I mean, none of this would be happening, right?
Happening,
But
yeah.
but
How
while we're
about-
on the subject of what ifs, what
yeah.
if Darrow had let Evie blow Adrius up?
That would have been
Honestly.
best.
Again,
Yeah.
Darrow too
Turns out it would've worked
trusting
out.
to- yeah.
Turned out that was the
Like,
thing to do.
I think
Yeah, that's what he should have done. Yeah.
I think Darrow, of course, is not infallible. He makes mistakes. I think
Yeah.
it's interesting to see. He makes big mistakes, but comparatively, he doesn't make a whole lot of them. They're just big. And him saving Adrius is one that I don't think, I think that is absolutely a mistake. And
But it's a correct decision in the moment, right? Who else is going to buy his contract?
Rogue.
He has a
Not-
split
not
second.
Rogue.
Well, yeah,
Rogue, at this point, he
hasn't
thinks
offered.
Rogue couldn't because
Right.
Oh,
Rogue's
that's
his
your
parents
parents
won't
would
let him.
never.
He
but
doesn't
that's a
find
really
out.
good.
Mhm.
That's a really good point, Craig, because throughout the series, many times we see Darrow basically choose to bet on himself. And in this moment, he's not. He's betting on someone else.
In order to survive himself.
I think
But
this is the
there are
first-
other points in the series where it's like it looks like he's not going to survive and he bets on himself and it works out.
I do
Maybe
think
that's
it-
something he learns from this moment, that it's like I'd rather just bet on
Yeah.
myself than someone
I don't
else.
know.
I think it's like this is his first time truly in gold society, right? Like he doesn't have any connections. He doesn't know anybody else. Like I think he's just like, well, this is the only option I have. So this is what I will do. But later on, he's got like alliances and people that he knows, like even when he's truly down in the trenches, they will like still come about and help him. But I think here he's truly like, oh, I'm SOL. So I have to like do whatever I need to.
The
It's
return
so-
of Mickey, Evie, and Harmony. How did
Oh,
we
yeah.
like that?
Mickey,
Love it.
Sorry.
Mickey.
One last point on was this a mistake? I just wanted to mention that so many times I like to say that Darrow didn't have a choice. Like he doesn't have, like he can't tell Roke he's a red. He can't tell people that stuff. Did he? I think there's an argument that he had a choice here and he could have let Evie blow Adrius up.
I think if he
But then
had
he
15
would be
minutes,
killed.
then he had a choice. He didn't
Would he
even
be
have
killed?
that. He had a split second to make this decision. I think that
Yeah.
reduces his level of choice.
We're
That's fair.
going into
Okay.
this entire meeting assuming that the Bologna are going to buy my contract and I'll be dead in the next 5 days.
I mean, get creative, Darrow. Come on.
I think this is him getting creative.
Yeah.
Fair.
Um,
All right.
I
And
would
at
want
this-
to.
Yep.
Go ahead, Liz.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, and at this point too, he did also think Dancer was alive and things. So he was like, I still got to do
Yeah,
things.
he thought
for-
his mission was still like top
Mhm.
importance.
yeah.
Foreshadowing. Adrius says to Darrow, "Oh, and you'll need to find a blade master to teach you the razor." And
I
Darrow's
did
like, "I
catch
know how
that.
to use the razor." And he's like, "Meh, maybe I could afford to hire Lorne to teach you the Willow Way." Anyway, I didn't pick up on that the first time.
love for all my complaints about part 1. I love how many times it's sprinkled in there that Darrow needs
It's
to learn the razor.
very
and
well
Darrow doesn't
sprinkled.
know how to fight.
It's very
Yeah.
heftily sprinkled.
Yeah.
What an idiot. So anyway, he meets Evie.
Mhm.
Evie takes him upstairs.
He's
She's
really mad at
like,
Evie for killing all those people.
furious.
Yeah.
Well, that hasn't even happened yet. You know, so like the room explodes. He saves Adrius.
Mhm.
He tracks down the Reds, pretends that, you know, he's
Yeah.
in cuffs, and then we meet. Where's Mickey's quote? I don't know this one off the top of my head. He says like, "Can I stop pretending?" And Mickey is like, "Absolutely, my darling boy," or something like that. My beautiful
he's
prince.
You really are.
I'm a
Mickey
Mickey
was
fan.
admiring him. He was just like, I
Well,
gotta look at the tree before the forest. I'm
and it's
like,
definitely
okay.
creepy because he's created this thing, right? This
Yeah.
person, and he takes great pride in Also, I want to be on. This part was hilarious to me. I think I laughed out loud. Um, he's like holding Evie up against the wall, and he's like, "How could you, Evie?" And Mickey is like, "Darrow, darling," and Darrow's like, "Shut up, Mickey." Yes, all right. Anyway.
Darrow, baby, darling.
Yeah. He reminds me of Chef Ben in Below Deck, Sam. In a way.
What?
And like all of the like darling and
God.
love and
Yes,
like, okay.
baby.
Yeah.
And the voice is like kind
Yes.
of there.
Yeah.
It might be a better voice than Tim Jordan Reynolds for this
maybe
character.
actually, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
All
Thank
right.
you for
Yeah.
making that connection.
Episode 2 is titled Below Deck.
We learned a fun fact. It's not like has done anything to do with the plot, but we learned that Titus's name was Arliss. What a cute name.
Yeah. Very cute name.
So cute.
Also,
That is a cute name.
I think I forgot that Titus was made after Darrow. I don't know why I thought he was sculpted before Darrow. I just assumed that, I guess. But yeah, it was interesting to find out it was after, but it wasn't Mickey that did it. He just like
Right.
consulted, and I'm like, why didn't they have him do it?
Huh.
Darrow was already, I don't know, they liked Darrow's work, but it was interesting.
We also get a lot of Harmony backstory.
Yes,
that,
we
like,
do.
Yeah, really sad backstory that her kids
yeah.
are slowly
Sad.
poisoned by nuclear waste.
Yeah,
And she
radiation.
watches them die, radiation. Yeah, and her husband also died, but didn't want to fight for them, and so she is. We also learned that she's a bi queen. Did we learn this? She kisses Evie
Whoa.
on the lips. Is that what they're getting at?
Oh,
Oh,
I thought that was more of a dominance thing, but maybe.
You
I
think
thought
so?
so too.
Okay, maybe it is. I was wondering what they were trying to get across with that.
She did just like let her go on a suicide mission, so I was not
That's
sure.
true. Yeah,
That's true. Assuming that her Evie was gonna die.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the dominance thing tracks.
Yeah.
Because I just see what I want to see as a Harmony fan.
Question,
But-
and this might sound like a dumb question. When they're talking about Titus and all that stuff, do they talk about, like, did they say that they use Darrow's carving to, like, train other people to do it or something like that?
No,
having
Or is it
Mickey
just someone else
create-
figured it out?
someone else created Titus, but Mickey like helped oversee it. And then I don't know what body they used to create like the soldiers that they've made. That they're like, we've now
Right.
created a different versions of. But I didn't get the sense that it was Darrow's carving. It's because even Darrow was like, me and my howlers, and I was like, not your howlers, but he's like, me and my howlers would like kick their asses in like 2 seconds. No matter what they created. So I didn't think so.
I find it interesting that Darrow's carving comes up again, or carving in general comes up again, because I mean that's a very
It's a
major plot
foreshadowing that
device.
the world will know. The world will soon find out. It was a question.
This is another chapter of like lots of monologuing. You know,
Exposition.
lots of
Mhm.
exposition from Harmony on Dancer's dead. Ares' new plan is for you to bomb the gala, and then that quote, the quote watch, the revelation that his wife Io had been pregnant. There's a crib in
Yeah.
my room. Hide it. I don't want Darrow to see it, and then that destroys Darrow's
Yeah.
soul.
Yeah. Did he
So-
never go to her room?
No,
No, he
the
hasn't.
sister took the crib
Yeah.
out.
Dio took it out.
Oh.
That was the
Dio.
secret.
But I think also Darrow was like, yeah, I'm not going in there, because he was gonna go die.
Mm.
But I think this also is a shout out. In way back in season 1, in like episode 1, we were asking what the other surprise EO had for
Oh,
him was.
yeah.
And
Yes,
here we
thank
finally
you.
learn it.
I had
Yeah.
forgotten. You guys were
Yeah.
informing me in the chat that day, so we didn't spoil it for anyone.
So now we learn the
Yeah.
surprise and all its
Full
tragedy.
circle moment.
So that's
Yeah.
sad.
And it
Are we-
explains.
No, please.
Oh, no,
was
I
I
was just
going
gonna
to say?
say Harmony's backstory explains just, like, I think her abrasiveness, in this series. It's just, like, she's been through a lot, like, I could not imagine, so it makes sense that she is as hard as she's, like, presented to be after seeing her whole family die.
Yeah, Harmony's a monster, but, like, she gets it done. Like, I admire her, I
We
like her as a
created
character.
her, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I think that her trajectory makes sense. I would be a monster too. I would
Yeah.
hope to be as big of a, like, monster and have as much influence and impact that she does on
Yeah.
this society. Like, that's yeah.
Darrow goes to Roke's room and they're having this lovely banter, right? About what the gala is gonna be like, how bad the others Al Ra are. Terrible, terribly rich, terribly talented, and their chief virtue lies in their ability to sin. Love it. And also foreshadowing in and of itself. Um, and then this odd moment where he sticks Roke with a needle. Roke sort of goes to sleep trusting him.
Well, that was
And
right before that was when Roke said, "I'm buying your contract, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy your contract."
yeah.
I
And
And so
got
then Darrow
money.
I
says,
think that's important to note because Darrow to us is like, this guy's my fucking brother. I will ride for
Yeah.
this guy.
yeah, I
Hang
think we
on,
could have
hang on.
been brothers. Were this a different life?
Yeah.
As someone who has been a vocal critic of Roke and someone who has said that he's not a good friend and someone who just recently said Darrow doesn't make a lot of mistakes, what a dumb move by Darrow.
Yeah.
Pretty dumb. But he
Uh,
thinks
I
he's gonna
was
die.
Well, I
know,
mean,
but
you
I
literally have another
He's
way
in
out.
suicide mode.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
He's in
When
suicide mode.
someone's in crisis,
I was like,
Yeah.
this
heads
is
up,
a full
988.
second example of him not being a good friend to Roke. Like, we saw it earlier when Roke was trying to,
Yeah.
like, say, hey, how are you doing? Like, what's going on? And he pushes him away, right? And then here
Mhm.
again, instead of just, like, letting him go to the gala, let it all fall as it will be, he's telling you he can, like, just tell him something, give him something. He's like, no, go to
Here's what
sleep.
I want to say about Rogue. Okay. On second read, knowing what I know about all the characters and who's actually
Mhm.
ends up friends with who, so I would never have known this on first round. I think Roke is a camp friend. Okay? You go to camp with a friend that you see at school, and you're like, I like this person all right, but then you're at camp and you don't have other friends. All of a sudden, you are best friends with your camp friend. And I feel like that's what's happened here.
I relate
Like,
to that.
he already liked
Um,
Roke. It's not that he doesn't like him. He already liked him, kind of admired him. But now Roke's all he's got in a really like tumultuous place. And both of them are like, they're like clinging to each other like camp friends. So in the grand scheme of things, I don't know that like personality wise, like that's where Severo is like, that's a legitimate best friend right there. But they're just
That's
not
fair.
in proximity to each other. So they can't grow that
Mhm.
right now. So that's
He
my
still
take.
sends him dirty pony photos. It's like,
I-
this dirty
We do
photos?"
what we can.
been-
Yeah. Keep in touch with our loved ones.
You
I've been
know?
trying to find somewhere to bring up this comparison, and I think here's a good time, because we talk about Darrow keeping things from his friends, right? And I just in book one, I mean, Severo finds him use Bloody Dam, and we see how Severo reacted to that. And I just wanted to call that out in comparison to, Darrow drugging Roke. A little bit different there, right?
Although,
I guess,
what about in comparison to Roke buying contract? I mean, that's a big move.
yeah, it is. But is it? One is an existentially big move. Hearing evidence that your best friend is a red, as opposed to, oh, I'm just gonna, buy your contract. One of those is like
Save your life.
completely shocking. The
Yeah.
other is just, oh, I can afford to borrow some money and, buy you,
Well,
Imagine
it's
if
maligning
Roke-
him against
Mhm.
Nero.
Yeah.
There is a political move to it, but go ahead, Liz.
No, I was gonna also say, like, imagine if Roke had been the one to hear the bloody dam. I get like that could never have happened.
Mhm.
He's like, he
Yeah,
would
you would have
just,
killed him.
yeah, like insane.
And that's how I always find myself being like, "Ugh, I hate Roke." Because any of those situations where we see another character's reaction to something, just stick Roke in there and think what he would do.
Forget about what we feel about Roke. How big of a move like was it to knock him out? Like that's huge. This is
That
a
is-
pivotal choice.
Yeah.
Such a stupid mistake.
It-
tough.
yeah.
I don't think so.
Why?
It's the same as saving Adrius, right? Like he didn't have a
Yeah.
choice in the Adrius moment. He didn't have a choice in the Roke.
Well, he
Well, he
absolutely has a
did
choice
had
in the
a
Roke
ch-
moment.
yeah.
The
If
Roke
you're
moment's a choice.
if you're suicidal right? And if you're set on taking everyone out with you, why carve out an exception? If there's enough
Yeah.
there for you to carve out an exception for this one man, there's enough there for you not to blow up everyone. Come
Yeah.
on.
I
And
don't think
also,
so.
let's
Well,
just
which
be
is what
real.
happens.
Wait, but like, let's
Wait.
be real.
That's a really good
Darrow-
point, Sam. Go ahead, Liz.
Darrow was never truly he was never truly going to blow up the place because Virginia was going to be there. Like, I'm just like, if we're being honest, this was never going to go through because you wouldn't kill Virginia.
I want to go back to how it wasn't a choice to save Rogue. How is that not a choice? You mean because he
This is-
loved him so much?
This is why I think Darrow sees Roke as a friend. I don't agree with like the camp buddies
Mm,
uh
analogy.
analogy. Thank you. Of all the people that are available for and are showing love to Darrow in this hard time that he's had post Institute, Roke's the guy, right? So he's not going to give up on at this moment, at this one singular moment. He's going to blow everybody up because he had the revelation that Reds effectively have killed his wife and his unborn child.
Golds.
Sorry, Golds are going to have done this.
Mhm.
So this is Darrow having that famous mercy, right?
Yeah.
He's going to save Rogue's life. Rogue is a nice
Mhm.
guy. He's his friend, not
Okay.
Tactus.
You
That
convinced me.
is,
Not Tactus.
it's lazy.
This is good
take-
storytelling. You cannot say this is lazy storytelling. This
I'm
adds
not
that.
saying no. I'm calling Darrow lazy here.
Oh, okay.
Not the storytelling. I think that again. I mean, you're making an exception for one gold. Why are you going to go through with this plan to blow everyone else up? Like, if it's that bad, if you hate gold that much, this one should be no different. Just because he's your friend, like. And did you not think that this one gold? What if you're saying that you're going to? You don't want to like. Darrow's decided, hey, I'm suicidal, and I'm going to do it in a way that like makes a point and gives the Sons of Ares a chance and like sets their plans into motion. In saving Roke, you are undermining that whole plan.
I mean, but he's dead. You know, I don't. What does it undermine? Like
I mean, you're leaving someone who
from
is,
his point of view, leaving him a clue.
is-
Oh, like who's wealthy?
You're leaving him a
yeah.
clue, and you're also leaving a peerless Scard who just went through the academy with you and clearly knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of ways that, and I think this does get back to. It's not really as much a mistake as it's someone in crisis,
Yeah.
and it's just not thinking right. He's not thinking right here, and he's not seeing how Roke alive is evidence that you really, if you feel that strongly that you want to save Roke, that's evidence that you don't want to go through with this plan at all.
Right, which he comes to that.
Yeah, he does come to
Yeah.
that, and
Which
it's
I think-
too late.
I think maybe he should have blown up the gala. Am I alone in that?
No.
100%.
End series.
Oh,
End
good,
series.
100%.
The podcast just blows up. I'm glad you all agree.
Just kidding. It's a book and a half, not 7.
I think we can only say that though in hindsight.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm
Only in
saying it in
hindsight.
foresight because
No.
the sovereign is there. Like all the
Sovereign is-
high value targets are there. That's a good get.
No, but the gas lords,
Aren't there, you mean?
present.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, Romulus is great, so yeah, he can take over.
That's what I'm saying.
That's actually.
But
that's
we
a
don't
notch
know
in-
that at
We
the
don't know
time.
that.
We don't know
Okay.
the breadth of gold power.
Gold. Yeah, which
Yeah, so I think
Darrow
not.
claims to. Okay. I don't know,
Well,
it just
yeah, and
seems like
even Darrow's experience is limited, so
he makes it sound like it would be a blip and do absolutely nothing. And I don't
Nothing,
think that's
yeah.
the case.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I think I mean, definitely fight for like who's going to be the next sovereign, but I don't think it would have been as impactful as like creating a civil war
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
But
but then
would-
again, this is like
in hindsight.
I don't think we could
versus
talk about that though.
foresight.
yeah.
But
It's like
would blowing up the gala also have started a civil war? There, you'd leave a power
No.
vacuum. Darrow at the time was a lancer to House Augustus, so it looks like there's something there, and there's a power vacuum. You'd have, like you said, the Rim Lords. You'd have the Ash Lord. All of them. I don't think he was there. You'd have all them fighting. It would
Fighting,
start
sure.
a civil war in a different way, but
Maybe a civil
But between
scuffle.
amongst but also like amongst the
No, not
golds and
civil.
still
Just
the rest of the
gold,
colors are still
not
just
colors.
yeah
Yeah.
Liz.
in their pain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Two things. Gala. We have another foreshadowing moment where Antonia, who's the worst, hate
Ugh.
Antonia.
Yeah.
Rogue has there's a lot of good to be seen in Rogue. He's got a lot of depth. I don't see anything in Antonia. So anyway, she has this
I'll
moment.
agree with that.
Darrow had a really great thought that I just was like, I think that too, and I don't like someone. He's like, how can Antonia be so mean but have such clear skin? Like, I think that too.
Right, like why she's so gorgeous.
Such a bitchy thought.
We love Petty Darrow.
Yeah.
We do love Petty Darrow.
And so what's the foreshadowing?
Where she says, you should probably leave unless you think you can beat Cassius with that razor,
Oh.
right? So that's another
I missed
mention.
that one.
Yeah.
I missed that one completely.
And then I love the back and forth, like the awkward back and forth between Darrow and Karnas at the gala,
Mhm.
where he's like,
yeah.
have a drink with me. And Karnas is like, is it poisoned? You know?
Yeah.
And then Karnas gets into this really interesting retrospective on how much Julian sucked. And he was like a petty little bitch, effectively. And then Karnas mentions, and I didn't get this until this read through, Karnas mentions the sixth course. The sixth course will be to die for, which is, again, incredible foreshadowing.
I didn't even catch that.
It's
Very
so
fun.
good. It's really good.
I thought
Um,
I had a little boy book blip while we were reading this because there is like one thing when he's like, Darrow's talking to Karnas and he's something like, but men like you and I are meant to be like,
That's
I don't
right.
know, brute. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Is that a boy book moment, or is that showing Karnas for the person he is?
I
And
wondered if
is
it
meant
was a
to be that way.
ploy on Darrow's part, but I didn't know. I can't tell
Yeah.
because I feel like he talks like that a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell. Maybe he was just trying to like, keep Karnas talking.
Get it? And
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's funny how like some people are so worried about being poisoned. Like it's come up like 3 times now, and the people that I mean, for how worried they are, they don't do a lot of testing to make sure like there's actually no poisoning. They're just like, take your word,
I
sure.
thought the same thing. I was like, a poisoner would clean up in this
Like,
place
yeah.
because all they do is say, "Hey, mate, is this poison?" No,
Right.
okay, and then they
Okay.
drink it. Happens all
No,
the time.
I wouldn't poison you. Proceeds to like.
Okay.
See, there's a great bit of subversion that if Pierce decides to poison someone later in the series, there you go.
Inconceivable.
And we're gonna be like, oh my God, the groundwork was laid all the way back, and it's like, yeah.
I think
Oh,
also,
man.
do you guys remember Harry Potter, the moment where Hermione in book 4 at the dance at the gala that they hold at Hogwarts comes down the steps and is like wearing a beautiful dress and has done her exactly
Her
right.
she's all
That's
that
the
moment.
that same moment happens with Mustang in
Mustang.
this gala, and we get
That Mustang's
6
always
paragraphs.
beautiful.
She's
I mean,
gorgeous.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like a take off your glasses nerd. Oh, you're gorgeous.
Take your hair off the bun and it's
Yeah.
like,
That's
"Oh."
true. That's a good point. That's a good point.
But we do love that, Mustang's so beautiful. How do we like Darrow's little hissy fit? He gives her 0 credit for why
is-
she could be in a relationship with him.
I
It's
know.
insane.
Also,
She does.
also foreshadowing that he gives her 0 credit, and it's to his own detriment.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
jumps to conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a boy ruled by his
Yeah.
emotions.
He is 20 years old at the end of the day.
Yeah, he does have a little temper tantrum. I do not need Mustang. I do not need any of these greedy creatures. I'm done with their games of power. It's
I'm
like 12
done.
lines.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
won't
the
fail.
Okay.
Break
He
the
is really
chains.
going through something, though. He
Break-
does.
Yeah.
He is. That's true.
Suicide mission.
Not
I
to
don't want to
belittle.
undermine what's going on, but yeah, it's very. It's so like
Yeah.
Degrassi high.
It very is. I wiped the
my
tears
God,
from
such
my
a
face.
throwback.
Anger replaced by purpose.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cute, Darrow.
I
Which-
know.
Maybe
How
he
does
should be
he-
the poet.
please,
Yeah.
please. Well, he's like the 14-year-old poet as opposed
Right.
to
Yeah,
Rogue
exactly.
being the actual like.
There's a
poet.
journal somewhere that Theodora's gonna find
Yes.
that.
Yeah. I love
Oh,
Theodora.
gross.
Theodora also has a really
Theodora.
interesting
Yes.
moment that we
Yes.
like skipped over where she's awesome.
Mhm.
She's
I mean,
so
isn't
awesome.
that
She's like
every
in the
Theodora
room,
moment?
she's
She's always
defending him.
awesome. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I like
When
him
she
a lot.
like bitch slaps that guy and is like, he's not
The
staying
other
in this
pink?
goddamn room. Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, it's a closet, and he's
Yup.
not a broom.
Oh my
and then
god!
he
yeah.
realizes who she is, and he's like, oh.
I don't quite understand. I feel like that's another book too, like the Book of Lauren. I want a book of Theodora.
Yeah.
Oh, so much. So much.
Yes, please.
And
She's a
we've
cool
dropped
character.
a few like nerdy Broadway references. Alex and I recently saw Operation Mincemeat, and now Hester lives rent free as Theodora in my head. So for anyone potentially listening who hears that, it's like a direct. I've been meaning
And
to
knows
text
the reference.
Alex about it.
Yeah.
That's a real sliver of a Venn diagram.
Yeah.
But
That's
there's
deep.
someone out there. I can't be the only one. Actually, Alex is the other person. God, I wish he was on.
Yeah,
this
there you go.
podcast.
There
You
you
got
go.
one. You got at least one.
Alex,
Does
come on
Alex
the
listen to the
podcast.
pod?
That's for you, Alex. Alex isn't listening right now. She's waiting to binge it.
Oh.
So once she gets
Wait,
to
binge season 2 and then.
it, so it'll be a while.
Yeah.
Until Alex hears this, but when
It
she
will
does.
be a while.
But yeah, Theodora is the best. She's so cool.
She's really
So going back to Darrow's hissy fit, can somebody
Mhm.
remind me how he changes his mind from blowing everyone up to I'll show them, I will be the knight in shining armor, because he's having a hissy fit and he thinks Mustang left him. How does he change his
Yeah.
mind again?
I'm glad
Killing
you
them
brought that
proves
up.
nothing. It solves nothing. How could this be Ares' plan? Io said that if I rose, others would follow. He has like this little, it's 3 paragraphs.
It's-
And by the end of those 3 paragraphs,
thinks it
he's
through.
like, civil war is the answer.
But I wanted to talk about that. So that is how it happens. He like thinks it through. He also, you can hear him be skeptical that this is actually Ares' plan. He questions that a lot. And he ends up with like, yeah, I can do more damage by causing a really bad civil war. So he does it. But he mentions in that little few paragraphs that Io's dream is to have a place for her children to grow up. Like that's what this is. It's not about killing everything. It's about creating something new. And I just had to like mark that because I get it. Like that's true. And his whole character as we move forward is being the like bloody hand. Like he
Yeah.
just pivots right back into violence
Yeah.
almost every time the opportunity
Yeah.
arises. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't create the new
But
society
he
where the
does it
children
so
can
well.
grow up.
I think it falls to like Darrow having just like a pea brain. Like he can't focus
Yeah.
on multiple things and like look at the full picture. He's just like, okay, this is this.
Which is funny because all of these golds are literal geniuses,
Mhm.
you know?
But it also gets back to your point of Darrow having ADHD, because he is 100% prone to being completely just jumping without looking, right?
That
He
wasn't
has
really
no
a point that
inhibitions.
I think we've made before, but I do think it fits.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we also see that
Undiagnosed.
when no, 100%. We also see that when he actually stops to think, like someone with ADHD, when someone with ADHD actually stops to think, usually he's able to come to the right conclusion. And also, getting back to Craig saying that Mustang is nothing without Darrow, here we very clearly see in the most in-your-face way that Darrow is nothing without Mustang, because for all that talk of Roke and him showing evidence that Darrow shouldn't go through with this, it takes Mustang walking in to be the slap in the face that he needs.
Yeah.
Men.
Because that's really what it is. Mustang doesn't really do anything. She just,
Men.
her
She
image, her beauty slaps him in the fucking face. And he's like, oh, I
Yeah.
can't do this.
Speaking of
Like, wait,
slaps in
oh,
the face,
I
like,
do have a
she
brain,
is-
and let me think.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should
But-
use that.
she is literally doing something. Like she's doing something, and he
Yeah, that's true.
can't
That's a really
even
good point.
see that she's
Yeah, he
doing
can't
He
even-
something.
doesn't
yeah,
see
that's
that
true.
she's doing it.
He
Yeah.
admits, he says it aches seeing Mustang with Cassius. Also, he does this like, he sees Cassius. I have to read this part.
Yeah, go
Face
for it.
split with a white smile. In his golden body, he has all I have and more. He is faster on his feet than I, as tall, more handsome, wealthier. He has a better laugh, and people think him kinder.
He
Anyway,
sounds
so,
just
like-
like you, Craig. And you're both beautiful, wonderful specimens.
And
I've
more.
definitely heard you say that.
That's so funny. And then he says, it aches, not that I suspect Mustang is being petty and seeking my enemy, but because I know she is not petty. If she is with Cassius, it is because she cares for him. It aches deeper than I thought it would.
Yeah,
so
and
that's
still,
what he
that's
thinks.
wrong.
He reduces her to just like her emotions, and she's like so much
Yes.
more than that because she actually has a plan.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Which
he,
is
he's
so
wrong.
So funny and so great. And this is a book 3 spoiler, so we can mark it if you want, but I have to bring it up right now. When they're presented with the opportunity to kill Cassius, Virginia's like, do it. And
Yeah.
Darrow's the one that's like, maybe not.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Too
is just
funny.
Did
so
anyone mark that? I'll
funny
mark
to
that.
me.
I
I
think
marked it,
Sam
but we
did,
keep
yeah.
it in. It's
I
a
think
book
that's fine.
3.
That
Yeah.
doesn't
Alright.
bother me. Nick and Liz,
Yeah.
I get heart palpitations when you guys start getting into spoiler territory. That was not one of them. So that was
No,
You
okay.
do like pause. You're like, oh shit, what is
Yeah.
gonna be said?
really big eyes.
All
But
right.
yeah, Virginia being just knowing in hindsight, again, this is something I guess I feel like you probably could have realized this on first read because of who who she's been introduced
We
as. But
know who she
Yeah.
is. This is definitely, I don't remember the kind of irony, okay? I'm not like a scholar, but like dramatic irony. What's the irony when like you know something the character doesn't?
yeah,
Oh, that's a good one.
We're not qualified for this podcast. There are so many literary terms we get wrong.
I was an English
I'm
major.
not-
I should know.
I was
do not know.
I was not.
Here's a fun one for you because here I'm also going to get it wrong and not know all the terms. But on that irony, we are presented with concrete evidence that Darrow is not reliable as a narrator.
Okay, Nick,
what?
this is
Why did you
a
say that?
evidence?
Wait,
yeah.
why? Yeah, what's the evidence, Nick? Mark this.
Exhibit A.
He literally says that he has to believe that Mustang cares for Cassius,
But
and we
that's
know that to be wrong.
reliable. That's
Is it?
reliable. Yes, because
'cause
he's
that's how
saying
he
what he thinks.
Yeah,
he's
that's
not
what he
saying
truly
that
thinks.
to
Okay,
yeah.
then
Throw us
Liz
off
and
for,
Sam
like,
said he's
yeah.
just a dumb boy.
He's just biased, and
Yeah.
first person characters have bias. That's okay. And he's
Fair.
wrong, and he's a dumb fool.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's also funny that he is so wrong and it still has the correct effect on him. Like he's so wrong, and that's why I called it just a slap in the face. It's just like seeing
Yeah.
her wakes him up and he comes to the right conclusion for it's like you showed your math and it's like, how the hell did you get here? But you got here, so let's go with it.
I thought I had a narrow watch before we.
Oh, do we
I
have
didn't
one in
see
this part?
any.
No
Oh,
way.
sorry. It's in part 2.
Okay.
You're ahead of your time, Sam.
Uncle Neryl shows up at the gala.
Could you imagine?
So we end part 1 with an exceptional cliffhanger of, all right,
Yeah.
I'm not blowing this up.
Yeah.
Let's find out what's about to happen. How are you
It
going to
is
get
an
out of this one,
exceptional-
Darrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 out
Which
of
is
10
really-
cliffhanger.
We'll cover this next episode, of course, but like he ends at a very low point. But like we
Mhm.
see him build to like peak
Yeah.
Darrow in about 2.5 minutes. Like he's
Exactly.
back.
But
Yeah.
it's so
He is back, baby. Oh, man.
to
It is
cut it
actually
off at
pretty
this point.
glorious.
To cut it off at this point, it's so fun because of all the discussions we've had about how, he thinks he's only got one option. He thinks and it's just like, what's your option now, dude? What's your
Yeah.
option now? You've basically trashed all your other options. You had your best friend offer to buy your contract and you drugged him and left him somewhere else. Like, what are you going to do now, man?
Well, I think so. We have back
Which
to
is fun.
Sam's point.
Yeah.
We have the moment when Darrow is in charge, the very beginning of the book, chapter 1,
Mhm.
before he gets rammed, right? And he's in
Mhm.
his element, right? Other people
Freezing.
are talking and he's ignoring them because like he's the captain of the fucking ship.
He
And
trusts
then
himself. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
and then what is about to happen in part 2, where he's
Yeah.
like back to being a kinetic energy, which is what he does so well. So I love
But
it.
I mean, to
agree.
build on that, I think the little like arcs we're watching are like him really having a lot of like trust in his agency and his choices and his leadership, and then losing all of that. He's not the only one. I mean, he's questioning his position and he's questioning how he's going to get out of it, and he's feeling hopeless and like there's helpless, like there's
Lonely.
nowhere for him to go, lonely. And then at the end of this, beginning of the next chapter, you see him be like very solid in his own like agency again. He doesn't have any more choices than he had before, but he's confident that like I'm going to trust myself and we're going to get through this with these choices. Right or wrong.
Right or wrong.
Yeah.
To show my ADHD moment here. I just, for some reason, when you were bringing up Darrow just being this force, I was thinking he has tactical brilliance. Like that's where his brilliance lies. And I was like, oh, in Hamilton, he's the Lafayette to Mustang being Hamilton. And the only reason I thought of that was because I was thinking of Lafayette's song. And now for some reason I'm picturing Darrow every time he goes into like one of these modes where he starts like doing some wild shit. It's just the Lafayette, but it's Darrow. Sorry.
All right.
We can cut all
It's a
that.
very
a lot of
bombastic.
the revolutionary set. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Darrow.
Yeah.
Hamilton shout out. If anybody's ever heard of Hamilton.
No one
Should
matches
we
his
rate this part?
masterful tactical
Yeah, let's
brilliance.
rate
Yeah,
it.
let's rate it.
Yeah.
Liz, what you think?
I would give it a 4. I really liked it a lot. There was a lot that happened, and there's a lot of build in too.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm in 3.5 territory.
Me too.
A lot happens, but it's a lot of exposition and talking and monologuing and learning, and not a lot of action, I would say. Like very small moments of action.
So-
I actually think I like this half better than the first half of part 1.
Ooh.
I
Yeah,
So
agree.
I changed
definitely did.
my
yeah.
I changed my answer to last week, and I'm gonna flip it and reverse it, and maybe I give like this a 3 and that a 3.5 or a 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
You mean the other way around?
Oh yeah, the
you
other
said
way
you
around.
like this part better.
yeah. You know what I mean.
So
Flip it and reverse it.
a question I have for everyone. Is there anything in the Red Rising saga that you would say is a 1?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Not
If my
No.
memory serves me, the first few chapters of Iron Gold, I would say is a 1, but it's been such a long time. I
That
think
is
a
a
lot
hot
of that
take.
had.
I don't
It-
think so. I think a lot of people struggle with the first half. Of
Yeah,
Iron
and I
Gold.
think that was because I've only read it once. So as we get to it, it'll be my like actual official reread of that particular
I
book.
think-
So I'm interested to see if that changes.
I think generally the internet would agree with that take, Liz. I loved Iron Gold. I loved all of
Yeah.
it. So yeah, I was asking if there's anything that's actually a 1 because it's like we could do a
I know.
separate
Our
scale
scale
where
is so
yeah,
skewed.
It's
It is.
skewed.
It is. That's a good point. It's like
Um,
series wide scale.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think since we've spent the first book and a quarter now on this scale that's in terms of everything, we need to keep it that way. But and with that in mind, I'd call this like a 2.5, I guess,
Okay.
just because
All right.
everything
We can
else
always change the paradigm,
gotta-
guys. Just
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta squeeze it.
Yeah, we can. Wait,
Maybe a
do we
3.
know what so then I guess I have to go back and re-listen because what was our then overall average for book 1?
Ooh.
I don't know.
I don't. We,
Do I look like a
we
mathematician to you?
Tell us in the comments.
yeah. Here's another fun thing for listeners.
I don't even think we rated part 4 of book 1. Honestly, I think we just
no.
skipped that
I
bit.
think we might have forgotten to do it. Yeah.
It's
All
like
right.
whose line is it anyway? The points are made up and they don't matter.
It
Yep.
doesn't matter.
This is true.
All right.
Okay, I guess
All right.
we'll see you next time to talk about part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
Part 2 is so good. So
Waiting
a
with
lot to
very
look
good.
forward
Yeah.
to.
Brace
here.
Yeah.
yourselves.
Yeah.
All
All right.
right. Bye. See you guys
Bye.
later. Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us in the trenches with Darrow. Next episode, we discuss the effects of Darrow's decisions. We're introduced to some new partners for the revolution who have a lasting impact in the series. And until then, practice your cravat. If you are Pierce Brown or anyone else and you'd like to share in our discussions, you can reach us at thehowlerbookclub@gmail.com or find us on Instagram at Red Rising Book Club. Thanks a lot. Bye.